Hi, my name's Heather Crockett, and I am the Educational Director for the Art of Education. I'm here today to welcome you to our choice-based art education class and also walk through the choice spectrum visual. Now, this visual was put together for two main reasons. One was to give you a big picture idea, kind of an at a glance, of all the different ways and degrees that there are for implementing choice into the art room. The second reason was to provide a common vocabulary to get us sort of thinking and off to the right foot as we have conversations and talk together within the next couple of weeks. So as you scroll through the spectrum here, you're going to see different levels that we have named. You're going to see a little explanation, again, just an at a glance of that level. And then you're going to see some programs here along the right-hand side as they best fit into their respective levels. Now, as the name spectrum implies, there really are no hard lines here. And so, as you will see in this class, through case studies and through videos, you're going to notice art teachers oftentimes finding themselves sliding from one end of the spectrum to the other, depending on their needs and their students' needs throughout the day or throughout the semester or even throughout the period. Let's take a look through this together. The first level that we have here is pure choice. In a pure choice classroom, the artwork is consistently learner-led, which means students are choosing their own media, they're choosing their own topics, they're choosing and planning their own projects, and they're also working a lot of times under their own time constraints. So the student is working like an artist, working as an artist, and it's studio-based work. Now, abundant choice has a lot of those same features, but the instructor might have one constraint or maybe two constraints to the project. So for example, let's say the instructor comes up with different themes throughout the year or throughout the semester and says, okay, you have 2 weeks, you're going to design a project, and the theme is going to be identity, or the theme is going to be reflections. So they're drawing these sort of constraints and then giving students a whole lot of freedom within this, under this big umbrella. Emergent choice, the thing to keep in mind with emergent choice is that the curriculum is not pre-designed. The lessons and activities aren't sort of pre-planned, but rather the teacher is watching the students, observing their interests, and then preparing the environment for them to be successful and motivated. So, for example, let's say students are really excited about a new playground that's going up outside, and the art teacher picks up on the enthusiasm of this new playground and designs a sculpture project where students will be designing mini playgrounds in the art room. The next level here is boundary choice, and I like to think of this as it's a whole lot of boundaries and a whole lot of choice, and that seems like opposites, but let me just explain. The choice comes in that students are offered a lot of different activities or a lot of different media might be in the art room to choose from. However, for each of those activities, there are going to be rules. So let's say in an elementary classroom, you've got trays set out, and for each of the trays, there's going to be a pre-designed task. So there's going to be rules to follow. Maybe it's going to be a tracing tray using oil pastels. So they're going to work with oil pastels on doing this one particular activity. But they can choose from a whole bunch of different activities. So it's kind of a nice balance of boundary and choice meshed together. Group choice has to do with working in a group, as the name implies, and this is a whole different way to do choice. Give and take of a group is, choices of a group are often different from choices of an individual, so this is unique. My favorite example, or one example I'll give you, is one that I actually participated in college. We were challenged as a group, in groups, to design dressing rooms for a local shop owner, and then we had to come up with a model and present it to the shop owner for their final project. Now, flex time choice, the red bar there, has to do with providing choice, but only during certain times or only on certain occasions. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're a middle school teacher, you see the same kids Monday through Friday, and every Friday is going to be your choice day. So on Friday, the artwork is going to be totally student directed, and they're going to get to design and implement their own project, but only on Friday. Monday through Thursday, they're going to be working on something else, something that the teacher has designed. Another way that this could happen in the elementary room, let's say you have taught a lesson, and then if students finish early or as they finish an assignment at different times, they could go to a certain station or center and work on a choice activity there. Limited choice is a pretty teacher-directed level, but there is some choice provided. And for example, let's say you're teaching a lesson about drawing and building from basic shapes, and the lesson is focusing on animals and their habitats. So maybe you would provide students with the option of choosing their own animal and habitat, or perhaps you'd even let students choose the materials that they want to use, or maybe not from all materials, but maybe you'd give them 1 or 2 or 3 options of materials that they could choose from. And then minimal choice is going to be our packaged curriculum, our preconceived projects where you already know what the artwork is going to look like at the end, and each individual student's artwork is going to look fairly similar. So these are going to be maybe more step-by-step, definitely more teacher-directed, maybe more technical lessons. All right. I hope that gives you a big idea of all the different ways that choice can be implemented into the classroom. And again, we are going to be diving into this in the next few weeks and looking at case studies and in classrooms and lots of specific examples. Thank you.